July 30th. Warren and I stayed up late tearing out old drywall. While loading the drywall onto the trailer, we wondered if there was any alternative to taking it to the landfill. After some research, we found none, so the next day we made a landfill run. However, later we did find such a place almost in our own backyard. Due to the neighborhood drama, we had requested a meeting with VIM owner Ken Will. While talking with Mr. Will, we were surprised to discover that he had been recycling drywall for several years at his plant in Goshen, Indiana. With our interest piqued, we wanted more information and requested a tour of the facility. On December 28, 2007, we took the tour. Hey, I'm over here to see what you do with recycled drywall. I didn't even know you could recycle drywall.
Yeah, we recycle drywall into agricultural soil amendment. It's used by farmers. They take the gypsum that we recycle out of the wallboard here, and it's used to help make the crops grow better on various farms.
So how do they take the gypsum out of the drywall to use as the soil aggregate? Mr. Butler explains.
Here's where the materials are loaded by the loader into the shredder, which is the beginning of the operation. Here, larger pieces of drywall scrap are shredded into smaller pieces to be moved up into the conveyor belt into the rest of the operation. Here's where the materials move up the conveyor belt, and down there's a magnet here that removes any metal contamination before the materials are fed into the hammer mill. The heart of the operations here is the hammer mill. This is where the smaller pieces of wallboard scrap are now pounded with hammers in this mill and fed into the shaker table. After the material is pounded with the hammer mill, then it is fed into this shaker table, where it is separated and the smaller, finer particles are fed up as finished product, and the paper scrap, which is left over, remains on top of the screen and is fed out through a conveyor belt. Here's where the final paper comes off the conveyor belt right here to be sent to our composting operations. And over here is where the final finished product comes off the auger screw to be used as an agricultural soil amendment. And here's our finished product.
Their product is so well liked that as soon as the processed gypsum is ready, a distributor is there to pick it up.
And this is one of our large distributors out of Ohio. This is Neoport Farms. He's an agricultural supplier. He supplies farmers the finished processed gypsum.
Now, does he use the finished processed gypsum himself as well?
He does. They've used it on their own farm. He got into the business because of the success that they've had on their own farm. Neoport Farms had tremendous success using gypsum over a period of 3 years. They had opened up some drainage tiles that hadn't been opened for almost 50 years.